and welcome back to a special edition of Kababayan Today. This is Charmie Morales, your guest host for this afternoon, and I would like to welcome a few good friends of mine who are joining us on the show. Would you please welcome worship singer Ms. Joni Villamil.
Thank you.
And a 2013 Jazzville USA runner-up, Ms. Ciel Perlas.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, girls.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you. We're so glad to be here.
Yes. Well, now let's talk about the show that's coming up on August 31st. It's called In Your Presence, correct?
Yes.
Can you know how did this show come about?
Well, a few of my aunts actually have seen NER perform.
Yes.
And they were actually the sponsors of it. And then they said, NER said that it's okay for you and him to perform. So, you know, let's cook up something. And I said, okay, it has to be. And I've been doing some fundraisers lately. So that's when, and of course, NER is a brother. So I said, well, why don't we do something that's going to give back to the community?
Yes.
So then that's how this thing came about.
Okay.
And of course, since you ladies are always there with me. And so I'm like, we got to be, you know, doing this together.
So it's just like a reunion kind of thing, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you so much for having us
Definitely.
on the show then.
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
anytime.
Well, Ciel, now, besides being the runner-up for Jazzville USA, she's also a recording artist from Manila. Yeah. So now, what can you tell about the environment back in Manila and the environment here in the States?
It's pretty much the same because a lot of people from here are over there just going back and forth, so it's pretty much the same.
Yes. What's the title of your CD again? That
Oh,
was,
Ciel at
released?
Azarcon. It was all songs compilation of Cecile Azarcon.
Cecile Azarcon.
I
You
think
know,
I saw that on Facebook.
Oh,
I wanted to get a copy of that.
exactly.
I know,
Yeah, we
she's
want
still
to.
thank
Yeah, we
Thank
want an
you.
autographed
I
copy
miss
of
her.
that one.
She's a wonderful songwriter.
Now, well, going back to Joni, you were a former member of a group called Crescendo. Can you please tell us more about that?
Crescendo, it's a 5-piece vocal band, and I was doing alto and with Charmaine Clamore, who is also with Jazzville.
Yes.
I think she's the founder of one of the founders of Jazzville.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, we've sang here and there, and the kind of music that we did was more like Manhattan Transfer, the Nightingale sang in Barclay Square, one of those.
Yes.
That's one of them. And then pretty much any of the standards that you could name, and we would do it.
Yes, yes.
On the streets. I'm just kidding.
Great, great. Now, well, since we're all musicians, you know, there, what advice can you tell all other upcoming musicians out there that would like to, you know, pursue their dream?
Practice at your own time.
Practice at your own time.
Practice at home. And you know, practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
And there's nothing worth doing than just, you know, doing your homework at home. So when you go out there into the real world, then you can, you need to really know what you're doing.
Yes.
You cannot just fake it. Music is completely different than just, you know, just having someone who sings, who can sing like a -1, but music is completely different.
Yes.
You know, it's a art form. It's like a painting. You got to paint a whole scenario. You got to tell people a story.
Yes.
You know, it's not just, you know, you play your music. There's much more to that. So whatever comes out from your heart, that's when you have to deliver.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Ciel, do you agree? I mean, what else can you add to that?
Be true to yourself.
Be
Just
true to yourself.
Sing from your heart.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yeah. When you say sing from your heart, you know, sometimes I'm like, what does that mean? I mean, what does that really mean when you sing from your heart?
You feel the music. You're just not just singing just for the sake of singing. You express it with passion. You just have to to feel it inside you.
Wonderful.
Yeah, because sometimes it you know, it takes so much from you, and it takes a lot of experience. You know, so that's why you need to work with the right people.
Yes.
All the time. You choose the people who you work with.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know, and I think that's okay.
Yes, yes.
That's perfectly fine.
Yes.
You know, but practice your you know, you do your homework at home.
Yes. Joni, would you like to add to that?
Well, as far as what Nurse said, I actually tell my students that the same thing. You practice and practice and practice, and of course, you know, there are so many of us out there doing music, and you gotta establish your trademark. You gotta give it a different flavor so that you're not compared with the original artist, especially if you're doing a cover.
Yes.
Because if you're doing a cover, then of course they're gonna go, ah, she sounded better.
Like you're doing your own style.
Yes,
and all.
so give it your own flavor, and just practice at home so you can at least, you know, have different options here and there. Then when you go out there, then just be natural and just
go with the flow.
yes.
Okay, do not be afraid to experiment,
Yes.
because
Yes.
that is what it's all about. You know, you got to dive into it.
Okay.
If you make a mistake, that's part of it.
Yes.
But you're just gonna have to learn how to live with it and bounce back.
Yes.
You know.
Great advice, guys. Great advice. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be right back after our break. Please stay tuned for Kababayan Today.